Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, Stan the Movie Man with your WIMZ.com movie review. This week, your votes at WIMZ.com sent me to see Lawless, starring Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, Jason Clarke, Gary Oldman, Guy Pearce, Jessica Chastain, and more. It's the story of three brothers, the Bondurant brothers, Jack, Forrest, and Howard LaBeouf, Hardy, and Clarke. They are moonshiners in the early 1930s, and some new law enforcement has come into town that can either make their business easier or harder. If they're willing to pay for protection, it'll be easier. If they aren't willing to pay for protection, it'll get much harder. The new lawman in town is a guy named Charlie Rakes, played by Guy Pearce. He is a bit of a dandy, always dressed to the nines, wears these very fancy gloves, hair parted down the middle with a very wide part and slicked back. And he works for, like, the Attorney General. He's a special deputy, and he lets that power go to his head. He's from Chicago, and he thinks everybody in the backwoods are just a bunch of hicks and hillbillies, and is more than willing to beat up or kill people who challenge his authority. One of those is Jack Bondurant, which is Shia LaBeouf, and he just barely crosses Rake's path a little bit and gets the crap beat out of him. The other brothers, Forrest and Howard, are older than Jack. They don't really want Jack to be involved in the business. They'd like him to be as legit as possible. But Jack has ideas about and ambition about the business, about how to grow the business, and also has the eyes for a young, I don't know if they're Amish or not, but they kind of look that way, young Amish girl named Bertha, played by Mia Wasikowska. And I'm sure I butchered her name, and for that I apologize. But this ongoing war between the brothers and the lawmen continues to escalate and threatens to destroy their business as well as their lives. It's kind of two movies, Lawless is. It's like a family drama and a crime story. It works better for me, anyway, as a family drama as opposed to a crime story. It doesn't quite feel... Well, here's what it is. It's very simplistic on the crime side. You know, there are the good guys and the bad guys, and the good guys are actually the bad guys, and the bad guys are actually the good guys. It's one of those anti-hero things. And it's pretty predictable. You kind of see what's going to happen. But I found the relationship between the brothers and the peripheral people in their lives to be far more interesting than the crime stuff. It was like, you know, when their lives were interrupted by the bootlegging issues, it was like, yeah, okay, let's slog through this and then get back to their story. So, you know, I'm kind of two minds to it. I liked the relationship between the brothers. Tom Hardy's a hoot as Forrest, because he's a man who generally communicates with grunts the majority of the time, but is obviously a man of honor, and is really kind of in charge of the family, even though I believe Howard might be the oldest. So, you know, again, I'm of kind of two minds about the movie. I'm going to give it 3 guitars because the bootlegging stuff is kind of predictable. it's a high 3 guitars. Let's just put it that way. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review, as well as to see my, to vote on the movie that I see next time. I've been having trouble with that lately. You can send your questions and comments to me at stanthemovieman@att.net, and you can also follow me on Twitter at MovieManStan. Till next time, see ya.